guys, I'm Mark.
And I'm Kim.
And our channel is called Marley Us Parents with Presents.
We wanted to create a YouTube channel just to educate and encourage other parents who might be in similar or totally different situations than we are. But we envision our channel being something that you can watch along with and laugh and learn some things. Just kind of hear about our semi-unique story in how we parent, what we've learned and that sort of thing. So that's kind of our goal and our intention with this channel.
And the cool thing about that is, even though we might all come from different places and different backgrounds and different upbringings, being parents kind of joins us all together, and we just want to try to connect with all of you and hope to join in the journey and get through this thing together.
Yeah, so to give you a little bit of a backstory on our parenting history, I guess you could say, we have a just over 2-year-old daughter named Marley. And when we were pregnant with her, we had found out that she had a congenital heart defect called truncus arteriosus. And that was something we obviously were not expecting at all. It kind of totally threw us for a loop right from the get-go. And just honestly from that point forward, it was kind of just like all expectations of like what you thought was going to happen, just like thrown out the window and just roll with the punches from that point forward.
And sometimes we wanted to punch each other.
That's true.
But during that time, I think we found that we wanted to be supportive and have each other's backs. And even though, you know, sometimes our strengths showed up in different ways, and I think in the journey of parenting that will happen often.
For sure.
And that started there for us.
For sure, yeah. So, I mean, she was born in April of 2018, and right from the get-go, Lizard.
Like the gecko? Yeah.
Right from the get-go, we...
Not a sponsor. They're not a sponsor.
They're not affiliated. Although we wouldn't turn it down.
I mean, if they want to. I mean, if you guys want to. I'm okay with that.
So right from the start, it was just a super interesting experience. Like I said, it was just not what we were expecting. And it's kind of interesting as parents when you are given a situation, you kind of just go with like whatever you have to do to get through in the moment, right? Like things that you thought were impossible or things you never imagined yourselves doing, you just figure it out. Obviously you have to.
Yeah, and I think there are a lot of things that we've learned on how to figure it out and the tools that we've kind of found from that to get through those things, because we didn't know that we could do that. If you would have told us this is going to be your experience before Kim ever got pregnant, I would have never thought it was possible to handle some of these things.
For sure.
And also understanding that some parents are going through way more than what we went through. You know, you learn a lot along the way. And one of the things that we learned is while we were going through some things and struggling, you would think that there'd be a lot of resources out there. And we learned that there just is a lot of, sometimes there's so much out there that it's hard to kind of get a grasp on.
Or more like medical resources, but not like a real human being, you know what I mean? Like not someone where you can go and hear their story or connect with them in any kind of real way. Or the few that I did find like didn't always have happy endings, or like there wasn't someone that I could connect with in our specific situation. And we just felt like in that moment we said to each other, like, we should maybe create something. And obviously it's now 2 years down the road, 2.5 maybe, but we still feel like it's relevant, and there's a lot of more things that we've encountered since then. So she was born, like I said, in April, and then had open heart surgery when she was 2 days old. And then after that, it was kind of a whirlwind, and we went through experiences of other kind of medical and developmental challenges. I mean, Marley wears glasses, she has hearing aids, she's hard of hearing, she speaks primarily through sign language and has some developmental delays. So it's definitely been something where you kind of like keep getting hit over and over and over and over again. And I remember when the very first cardiologist that told us that she had the heart defect, I remember her saying, like, you're in for a long journey. And I didn't really understand what that meant in the moment. Like, I thought to myself, oh, like, she'll get her heart fixed and we'll be good to go, and like she'll be normal or typical, and that's just not the case. At least it wasn't for us. but we've learned to like embrace that journey and be okay with it, but that didn't come easily or right away. So
I think also too, we've come to like appreciate it and be grateful for that as well, and that just kind of came through experience. I mean, I wouldn't want it any other way.
For sure.
Also, to speak on, if that's not your experience, that doesn't make it better or worse. We all have ridiculous experiences, even through the most typical parenting situations, and I'll talk a little bit about my background. I'm a mental health professional. I'm a licensed clinical social worker. I'm a therapist, and I work with families, and I've learned a ton about parenting and helping other people parent their kids. And I remember when I first started, I thought I knew everything, and I still don't know anything, but I remember watching the parenting experience and thinking, wow, like it is so easy to take a route that's going to get you into trouble with your kid in terms of development. It is so easy to get stuck in behaviors that you don't want to see, and it's really hard for all of us to kind of accept our role in that. So and combined with now that we're parents and we've had our experience.
Well, also, I think, sorry to cut you off, but I think another thing that at least I experienced, and I feel like it's pretty typical just in the world, but also in the world of parenting, is like the comparison game of like looking at other people's children. Oh, mine's not doing that yet, or oh, how much does yours weigh? Oh, mine doesn't weigh that, or mine's not doing that. That really like put us into where we are like constantly feeling sad or like
I think still sometimes.
For sure, but like we want to make sure that by no means is anything ever a comparison game, but we know that that's also like natural to do in parenting.
Yeah, and it's okay if your kid is 100% different, and
for sure. Mm-hmm.
It's awesome. It's awesome because they are all different.
Yeah. So Mark said a little bit about his background career-wise. As far as I go, I am a wedding sales coordinator, so I kind of have a hospitality background, and I'm used to working with couples on figuring out all the fun details of their wedding day and kind of creating those special moments in their lives. And so my strong suit kind of comes into like organization and building systems that work and that sort of a thing. So Mark and I kind of balance each other out because we're pretty darn opposite.
Pretty much not even close to the same person.
We've learned to use that to our benefit and kind of balance each other out in that regard and kind of play to each other's strengths.
Yeah, and when you say strengths, like you're better at most things, but that's okay.
I mean, he said it.
It's for the record. Let the record show. Yeah.
So that's us.
That's a good point.
We want this channel to be real. We want it to be authentic and silly and funny and, like we said, educational sometimes maybe.
Because that's who we are.
Yeah. And we also, one part we didn't really talk about much in this first video, but we definitely want to also bring into light taking care of yourselves as parents, because oftentimes I feel like there's so much, pressure on you to do all these things for your child and to be all these things that you oftentimes let yourself just, get pushed to the back burner and not really focus on yourself. And sometimes as a parent, at least I have felt in the past that can almost feel, what's the word? Selfish. As silly as that sounds, to like just take time for yourself. But it's really important, and we're going to talk about that a little bit more throughout our videos and kind of making sure that you're making sure your mental health is also a priority while parenting.
Because oftentimes I think I run into a lot of parents who will do anything in the whole world. If I asked you to do anything for your kid, you'd be willing to do it. If I asked you if it was okay for you to do the same things for yourself, you'd find a lot of people who would balk at that and have a hard time feeling like that they're worthy of doing that or investing the time into doing it, and that it matters or it's important. Because when you raise a kid, it is your whole world and it is everything to you. And it's easy to get lost in that and forget that your well-being and your emotional well-being and your mental well-being is also important, and how much that plays into how your kid responds to you or how your kid develops or how your kid is doing emotionally or mentally. So yeah, we want our channel to be helpful. We've learned that at times our mental health and our well-being can be tested, and we wanted to share that with you guys. We've had a blast. We've had some tough times. We've had some awesome times, and we really want to connect with you all and join along on the journey.
So that's a little bit about us and what we are wanting to bring to the table. And if you feel like you want to continue on our journey with us, please like and subscribe to us, and we would really appreciate that. And yeah, that's all.
All right. So always remember that parents with presents
Are the best kind.
Thanks, guys. There's lots of tips and tools out there, and sometimes it can be really overwhelming.
Dog hair.
And sometimes I have dog hair on my face, and I think it looks cool.
It doesn't.
Like I have
Or kind of just
Marley and Us, parents with presents.
Parents with presents. Parents with presents.
Parents. And our channel is called Marley and Us, Parents. Hey guys, I'm Mark. The baby's sleeping. Hey guys, I'm Mark.
Well, you can't whisper either.
Okay. Hey guys, I'm Mark.
And I'm